It's a very stupid idea, but needs must.
What a donkey we bought. Whose idea was this?
I'm no expert on this, but I think we've got a little problem.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it. There she is. So I'm here at Mallory. I'm here with the bike, fresh from Completely Motorbikes, and today I'm just going to set a lap time as it comes with road tyres on it, mirrors, indicators, everything as it came, and see what lap time I can do. It is very cold, it's 6 degrees. So in all honesty, I'm not actually feeling the need to go that fast on it, but it'll be interesting just to see what it feels like. I'll get a good idea of stuff I want to change. One modification I did have to make, because I didn't realise on track days now you have to have a front brake guard like this, so I stole it off my brother's bike. But this morning I realised that the bolt wasn't big enough for my bike, so it's not that tight, and I don't recommend that you do this, but as a bodge job to get through the track day today, I saw on TikTok if you have a wood screw and it doesn't fit, you just shove an elastic band in and then shove the screw in, and I've applied the same logic to this front brake guard. I don't recommend that you do that, but I needed to get out on the track and it was the only thing I could find. Also, you'd think I'd learned my lesson, but I actually had this exact problem before, and the front brake guard got the wind under it and it went like this. It held my wrist like this with the front brake guard trapped on top of it. My hand got stuck with the bike flat out. So I don't know why I've done this. It's a very stupid idea, but needs must. Done my briefing, got the bike noise tested. I'm now just waiting for my session to be called and we'll head out on track. I've just realised I haven't got tyre warmers, so these tyres are also going to be freezing, and they're brand new, so it's going to be fun. But it's a good way to bed the bike in, check everything works. And we're quite excited to go back out on track. I haven't ridden on track since last year. So I've done my first session on the bike. It's given me quite a good idea of stuff I want to change. So the first thing that I need to change is the tyres. The tyres definitely going to make a big difference. They were okay to ride on, but they were still, when you really want to start going fast, I started having a few moments, it was moving about a bit, so I need to change those. I really want to change the gear levers and the rear sets, because the foot pegs start scraping straight away because they're a little bit too low to the ground, so we'll get those, move the foot pegs up. I'll change the exhaust, that should help the power a little bit. The bike feels a little bit flat when you get to sort of the middle RPM. When you're accelerating, it was definitely a little bit flat at that point, so I need to change that. We can actually look at that on the dyno as well and see if there's flat points in the power curve and see if we can modify that. The handlebars I want to change, so I can move them slightly further out. They're a little bit too far in where they're positioned at the minute. And then obviously we're going to take the bodywork off as well and put some track foams on it. Disaster has struck. I've just gone to go out for the second session, and just as I went to get on the bike, I thought it looked like there was an oil puddle on the floor. I thought, that's weird, there's an oil puddle under the bike. Unlucky that I parked on top of an oil puddle, and then I've realised it's my bike. So there's the oil puddle, and then here's the bike, and you can see here, this is all wet with oil, it's all wet in there, and it's actually been leaking onto the exhaust, which is right next to the tyre. So yeah, that's the end of today, unfortunately, but luckily that gives us plenty of stuff to do, and lucky that I didn't go ride the bike. These are the things you never know until you take a bike on track, until you start riding it. So yeah, we'll get that fixed and on to the next part of the video. So this is the second episode. We are at Jeff's today. Lots of exciting things to do today. We're going to weigh the bike. We're going to dyno the bike, see exactly how much power it's lost. I'll have a look and see what a GSX-R 750 should have. Then we're going to strip the bike and I'll show you exactly what I would be taking off my bike if I was going to build a Trackday bike. And then we'll have a look at the parts we're going to order and see where the build goes from there. So let's crack on.
No, it's just the gear position sensor's not right.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
I'm no expert on this, but I think we've got a little problem. It's alright, there's air in the top.
It is only flat at the bottom, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I did say there was air at the top, but I lied. There isn't.
Oh no. Oh well, that was lucky that happened now and not one lap ago at Mallory Park whilst there was...
That could have been interesting.
So we've done the dyno run. The bike had 128 horsepower and I've just quickly Googled it. It says it should have had 133 as standard when it came out the factory. So that's a 4% decrease, which isn't too bad for a 14-year-old bike. The exciting part is now getting it off the dyno. We've got to pump the tyre up first to try and get it off quickly. Here's Jeff.
Hello.
And then, yeah, next stage is stripping it. So I'll talk you through all the bits we're going to strip off it.
What a donkey we've bought. Whose idea was this? Is it just normal air or premium?
This is premium.
Yeah.
Premium Hinkley air. We're alright, T.
You hold your finger there and I'll wheel it back. I'll keep the air in.
Keep the air in, won't we? But there's no oil above it anywhere. It's all
Down there.
down there. And it's come from there because it's pooling there, you see.
Yeah.
We've had the cartridge out, the cover off, because they've burred.
I see.
You see it?
Yeah.
So the only reason you'd have that out is if you had the cartridge out.
Right.
So,
So there's a chance
It's-
not put it back in right.
correct.
So we've just found that in all the gunk.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
So they just stuck that to the outside, didn't bother putting that back in.
Yeah, well, this is one of them friction fit ones, what you see. So you just put it in on there and it self-homes itself to where it needs to go.
Magic.
Like magic.
So Jeff has found the problem inside there. There was no O-ring on that. So the oil was leaking out of here, running down here, all into there, and onto the exhaust, which was next to the tyre, which was lucky.
So we've got the fairings off. First horror has been unveiled. Some
Rotten.
bolts which are going to be
Bolts.
fun to get out.
They're going to need to soak for like a year.
And the other thing, which I hadn't realised when I bought the bike, is it's actually been crashed. A nice bit of filler here. Someone's...
That didn't bother even to rub it down.
Yeah. Nice. if you're enjoying this so far, please make sure you subscribe, because Ruroc said they haven't given me 10 grand for you to not go subscribe to their channel and my channel. So make sure you subscribe. That's the first little bit done. We've just taken the fairings off. Just realised it's got an electronic steering damper, which we didn't know.
Right.
And so basically all we've done is unbolted the fairings, had to unbolt the mirrors, disconnect the headlight. What will we do with this, Jeff?
We'll cut it back into the loom, make it all nice and neat with some nice loom tape, and then form the loom behind there nice and neatly.
Right, cool. And what's next on the list? Seat
Unit.
Pillion seat.
Yeah. Exhaust.
And then the exhaust. Cool. Can't wait to clean this. It's absolutely disgusting. So seat unit's now off. Serious weight saving there, because I was carrying the tools around with me. Where's the tools? Spare tools in there. I don't need I don't know how to work them anyway, so I don't know why I was carrying them around. Exhaust coming off next.
Oh,
Nice. 14 years worth of rust.
Oh yes, there she goes.
So we're just draining the radiator so we can take the radiator off and then get at the exhaust, because the bolts are very rusty and we don't want to round them in there, because
That would be bad.
Jeff doesn't want to have to rethread it, because that's not a job I'm going to be doing. So what are you doing here, Jeff?
ACF 50, just to penetrate into it. An old trick, but we ain't got time to do that, is put brake fluid on them, because brake fluid has got an anti-seizing agent in it,
Right,
and it wriggles into where the rust is, and it allows you to get them out.
let's see.
But you have to leave it for a couple of days. Maybe not. So just watch the whole mount there.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm glad we don't need that side stand anyway.
Oh, it's actually undone from the frame underneath. There's a bolt missing. Well maintained.
Latest update on the build. We have removed all the bodywork, the tank, the exhaust, and then this box of parts. I'm going to take the suspension out because we're going to give that to a suspension person. I don't know who that is yet. We've got the wheels out. They're going to go to the powder coaters tonight. And what's the next job, Jeff? We're flying along with it.
Well, I've got to clean it all down.
Yeah, we're going to clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, making good progress. The biggest job was getting the exhaust off, which Jeff kindly did. With a lot of...
I'm going to A&E later to have my knuckles put back on.
And I swerved that job and went to the toilet whilst he was doing it. Safety first on this channel, just in case anyone was worried about me. Mum? Operation dissolve the engine.
Yeah. You got to do it quick as well before the brush disappears. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's getting it, see?
It's working.
Yeah. Going in it.
Yeah, beautiful. So this part of the build isn't necessary for everyone doing a track day bike, but these wheels are quite tatty, so I've got a friend that's got a powder coating company. He can powder coat these wheels for me and make them black to match the style that we're going for. So I'm going to take them to him tonight and I'll show you excitingly. I've done some cleaning on the bike. This is the end result of today's work. So just talk me through exactly what we're doing. Very technical.
Right,
Jeff.
we've weighed myself at 75 kilos.
Yes.
And now we're going to deduct.
You forgot to add the glasses. Your glasses weighed 30 as well.
Yeah, the glasses, we have to keep them on because I can't take them off, but they do weigh 30 kilos.
So that was 106.5 in total.
Yes.
You have got shoes on.
And shoes, which are really heavy.
Yeah.
You know, because they're industrial, because they've got to have steel toe caps, which,
Correct.
you know, which are thicker than normal. So.
So this is a box of scrap, basically. This is all going.
113.4.
You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. 5.
Calculator.
I'll race you.
Okay, go on then.
6.9. I think. Try it, check it. 6.9 kilos.
6.9.
Bosh.
You were right.
6.9. Now we need to weigh the bodywork. So look at the state of that. I've got a cat and the size of that end can. Serious weight saving here, I think.
I've got to be a...
We haven't got the new exhaust yet.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. Highly technical.
10.8.
10.8.
Shall I start writing this down?
Yeah, what was the first one? Because I forgot.
This is the GSXR, Jeff.
I can't even see the scales.
You...
Are they on?
Yeah, they're on now, yeah. You step on now, you're fine. 115.3. So in total, that is a grand saving of 26.5 kilos. We've got to add in a fairing, but we've got a very special fairing coming, so we'll weigh that when we get it in the next video. But I'll give you the final reveal now of where we're up to. I'm pretty proud of what we've done today. I think the bike's coming on a treat, and I'm really excited about what it's going to look like at the end. So I'll do a recap on today and what we've managed to get done. We first of all took the fairings off it. That was the first job. Took the wheels out of it. The wheels are now going to go to the powder coaters and get those painted. We have got the front forks out of it because we're going to get the suspension altered. We've got... what else have we done? Cleaned the front of the engine with acetone to strip off a lot of the grime that was on there because it is a 14-year-old bike and it's pretty dirty, so we've gave that a good clean. Cleaned the rest of the bike, cleaned all inside the swing arm, got all the grease from the chain off. It was quite dirty. It's always a good idea when you're doing projects like this to give the bike the best clean you possibly can, because whilst you're cleaning it, you're also checking it. And as we were checking it, we found a lot of different things wrong with it. The first thing was we didn't realise the bike had been crashed. That was my fault for not checking it properly when we bought it. Luckily, it looks like it's just sort of slid down the road. It's just the engine casing's a bit scuffed, and it's still straight and everything. There's no real issues with it. The other thing we did was weight saving. We have taken so much, well, it's all the road stuff on the bike that you obviously don't need on the track, and that'll make a big difference in the weight of the bike. So the next part of the build is going to be very exciting because we get all the new parts that I've ordered. We're going to take the wheels to the powder coaters, get those powder coated. I'll talk you through everything we're going to add onto the bike to make this the best track bike I can. And yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. See you soon.